So, Everton 0, Arsenal 1. Victor Gyökeres, the talk of the town for the whole week. Should we drop him? Shouldn't we drop him? Is he any good? Isn't he any good? We won 1-0. Cool. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken's Insta. Kenny Ken 1972. This is a football discussion show for entertainment and opinion only. We don't involve politics, personal targeting or hate. Make sure you hype the videos as well, guys. Matt is after this, and then I'm live on an emergency meeting with Northside. Then I'm jumping on Northside's channel. Check out my fan cam. Make sure you sub to Lee Reacts. Kenny, we have been, in my opinion, and we'll get yours, we have been very, very fortunate tonight because Mikel Arteta's 6-year anniversary, funny enough, happened against his former club that we brought him from to bring him to our club. And then he was the captain that ended the trophy drought, the 9-year trophy drought. It's nearly 6 now, by the way. But William Saliba, yeah, a very, very fortunate young man tonight because for me, that's a nailed-on penalty. Yes, we hit the post twice. I don't think there was fantastic performances over the park tonight. I don't think it was a great game of football in general. But now if you look at where Man City have been and what they're doing in the last few 4, 5, 6 weeks, they're purring along nicely. Yeah, and it's not just Haaland scoring. Then you couple this game tonight with the Wolves game that we see last week. Sunderland, Chelsea, Aston Villa. Yes, we beat Bruges. We haven't seen Noni Madueke since Bruges, by the way. Yeah, we haven't seen Eze for a minute. Ethan Enemweri, don't know where he is. But we got very, very lucky tonight. And we did just about enough against a poor Everton team. Yeah, but what did you make of that, mate? Because for me, our luck's going to run out at some point, mate.
Let me tell you something now. We need to deal with the facts. The facts is, it was a poor performance again. It was so bad. We let's just say two things we got to be thankful for and actually say praise the Lord. One, Jack O'Brien, an idiot. It wasn't enough for him to get away with a blatant penalty on Gyökeres. To do it again, he must think he had the luck of the Irish. Well, that Irishman wasn't lucky. We got a penalty. It was a sympathy penalty. I think Gyökeres was in the news. You know, Alan Smith was talking about him. He was a talk of Talk Sport. He was a talk of the internet, and you know his confidence was actually shot. Got the penalty, did what he does best, splashed it through the middle. After that, it was just pathetic. Thank God, thank God Everton didn't have Dewsbury Hall. Thank God Everton didn't have Ndiaye. Thank God they didn't have Gay, their best player. Because I'll tell you one thing, we did everything to keep getting in the game. No Arsenal player comes with any credit at all. The keeper is lucky that there wasn't a shot on goal of any consequence because of the fact that you know, Everton was so poor. But when Everton did get in behind us, Saliba looked off the pace, mate. But roughed him up a bit. Now, I'll give him a bye because he's just come back from injury. But Hincapié didn't look too great. Declan Rice wasn't that great at all. Saka was running into brick walls, you know, trying too much.
He got man in the match, by the way.
Probably put us 2-0. Yeah, it should have put us up to 2-0. Trossard should have put us 2-0 up. But the fact is that a proper team with a proper midfield and a proper and forwards and a team that prepared to get bodies will beat us. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone's going to say, "Oh, just be happy with the result. We won." No, I'm not going to be happy with the result because I've been down this road before. If you remember rightly, when we beat Bournemouth in 23, 3-2, last minute goal, we conceded 2 goals. We got into bad habits. Then it was Villa, bad habits. And then when you get into these bad habits of playing, thinking you do enough to win, it'll bite you up the backside. Teams are going to take their chances. The midfielders are going to get in your face. I mean, we were 1-0 up, and it was slow again. It was slow. It was just like safety first football. It's not attractive football. If Everton put us under the cosh, right, and got bodies forward, and our goalkeeper had a worldie, our defenders had to clear a few things off the line, our midfield was overrun, I would say, you know what, that's a great one. We grinded them out. But it wasn't. Everton had nothing.
Or if their goalkeeper had a worldie and we're peppering their goal, it's like, yo, 1-0, we'll get out of there with a pen.
Yeah, it was poor again. And let's face it, Saliba got, last season, that was a penalty. You think about the penalty that, he gave away against Brighton, at time when
Bournemouth. No, that was a red card. Sorry,
no, Brighton at home. When he was when Pedro won the first header and he headbutted him and they gave a penalty. Well, he's very, very lucky that this season they seem to change the rule because
he got lucky at Old Trafford, Kenny. Against Mateus Cunha in the last minute because that was a penalty as well.
Exactly. We got away with it today, but and that's the thing. People are going to be saying, "What a great defensive performance! What a great performance!" No, it wasn't. It was bad. It was bad again. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people who are going to want us to be gaslighted and saying we're moaning for nothing. But the reason what keeps me happy is that our rivals at Fame Villas, they said the same thing. That it wasn't a great, it was a great performance, a win, but it wasn't a great performance. So if they're saying it, if I've got my brother mentioning it, then I've got other friends talking about that performance when we're 1-0 up, then you know that it's not convincing enough and that we are going to get in a bad habits. And eventually,
we're in them.
And I mean, eventually, it's going to be a situation where it's going to bite us at the backside. Now, Brighton, next week, they drew at home to Sunderland. I understand there's no probably Danny Welbeck. They got Matola injured. We might get away one there. We might, but against Aston Villa, regardless of what happens, they're going to be up for it. And then let's talk about the Carabao Cup. Yeah, Crystal Palace got a pump in from Leeds. But I'll tell you one thing: they'll be bloody. They're going to want their manager's going to want a reaction. Tuesday, we play with the same sort of indifference. Slow it down. This time it'll be a different game for the 26th of October, where Crystal Palace didn't fancy it, didn't want it with us. This Crystal Palace team is going to, I believe, is putting all their eggs into that quarterfinal against us. Now, judging by, I saw the highlights of their game against Leeds. Not great. Leeds raised their game, but we play that against Crystal Palace. We'll get done. We ain't getting no semi-final. I'm telling you now. You've heard it first here. We've got to seriously improve, or it will be out of the quarterfinals, make heavyweight of Brighton, and then get absolutely mullered by Aston Villa. Because I'll tell you one thing now, we are not playing well. We are inviting Man City back into this title race. Because the things that we do really well, the press in the organisation, compared to what things that Man City do well, attack. Well, right now, in terms of levels, they're levels behind us. And they're in this title race without Rodri, without a decent.
There's 7 players out injured today.
Yeah, they still miss Kyle Walker's pace. They still haven't got a proper right back. Kuzanov is a disaster area, but somehow they're in a title race. The reason why they're in a title race is because our complacency, our arrogance, has let them back into it. We think we are better than what we are. We think that it's going to be easy and that we're going to win the league because it's our turn. No, you've got to earn the right. You've got to play well. Gyökeres, you have to talk about Gyökeres. Got his penalty. He did okay, but I need a bit more. He still struggles to hold the ball up. It should be a situation where he should have made it. He should have made it a situation where the manager wouldn't dare take him off, but he did.
The problem is it's running back that way, Kenny. Yeah, having a tussle, which is what Erling Haaland used to do, by the way. And he's got that out of his game now. And I've heard Man City fans, Big Steve, other fans like Daps, others, and LB, he was going back that way, trying to link play. Yeah, Gyökeres was doing the same, and he's having a tussle with Tarkowski today. He should be on his bike that way. And when he was on his bike that way and Simba marauded through midfield, he pointed saying, give me the ball, feed me the ball through there. Simba then carries on, takes more touches. Odegaard then gives the foul away.
Who did that pass go to? That pass to Saka.
It was in midfield, by the way, for no apparent reason.
But the thing is, Gyökeres might still have got the penalty which is the equivalent of a simp. It's something your wife gives you because you keep on moaning.
That wasn't a penalty for me. He slips. He slips. That wasn't a penalty for me.
Yeah, but the handball.
The handball one.
Yeah, and we got eventually the handball from O'Brien. That was a gift from.
That was all pre-planned. That was all pre-planned because we're bamboozling him because Odegaard was standing there with the ball. Now Pickford thinks he's taking the penalty. Now we switch it last minute. We've done this before, Kenny.
Yeah, but we got to talk about Odegaard as well.
He was awful, but he was our worst player today.
The thing about Odegaard is that you can excuse his performance today and his performances of late if he was walking around doing nothing. And that all he did was press it and didn't get on the ball. He had enough opportunities to get on that ball. He had enough
chance where he could have passed to Gyökeres 4 times as he's running, and then he overhits the pass towards the corner flag.
And that's the situation. Today, we had a lot of possession, but what we were doing, we kept on. We weren't even pressed. Our passing was off. Odegaard had so much possession, but he was giving the ball away. Declan Rice was giving the ball away. Zubimendi was
our midfield was anonymous today.
Yeah, but
the gaps between our strikers and there was one pass where I think it was their left back. Sorry, no, their right back. Their right back mishit a pass. Yeah, he mishit a pass and scuffed it, and it went 30 yards towards the centre circle, and there was a massive gap, and their player got the ball. And I'm like, I think it was Alcaraz got the ball. I'm like, bruv, where's our midfield? Why aren't we pressing up high?
That's the thing. Misplaced passes, bad position. Zubimendi was when he was getting that pit on the shoulder was giving away free kicks. He's lucky that the referee didn't see it because that could have, it wouldn't have been a penalty, but it was just outside the box. We're bait. I don't even put it down to tiredness. I just put it down to be out of sorts. But we're winning. But this isn't sustainable.
Yeah.
If you want to win the
set
league,
pieces, Kenny.
Set pieces are dried up because Real Magalhaes isn't there. But if we want to win the league, we've got to play better than that. Because I'm telling you right now, come the second half of the season, we play like this. We play against better teams, even at the Emirates. We'll drop points, and in one case, we'll get it mullered. Because right now, you look at our fixtures, Brighton. Bit out of sorts, but if they raise their game and do the disciplines well, we'll find it difficult, but we'll probably beat them. Aston Villa, play like this, it's not happening. They're beating us.
Bournemouth
no way.
Away.
Bournemouth.
Semenyo's back in a little bit of scoring form.
If they get a bit of form, and they do the disciplines right, and they have a bit of luck on their side, who knows? Liverpool have improved now. They haven't got that discretionary Salah.
Portsmouth away ain't going to be easy.
They don't know how to see out games. And obviously, I lost Isak, who's not really their main player. But Ekitike scoring goals. Wirtz is quietly making those little passes, little inroads. They're winning the ball back. Gravenberch is getting in a bit of a...
Then Portsmouth away, Forest away, Inter away, Man United at home.
Look, all these games, these are teams that if they do the disciplines right, and we don't play well, we can drop points. We need to get our acts together sharpish because right now, our luck's going to run out.
100%. Listen, love you always, man. And we go again against Palace. You'll be there, mate. And
no, it's a Carling Cup game.
I know you won't be there. You don't like the Carling Cup. He only likes the majors, guys.
Well, yeah. I don't know if you. Let me tell you something right now. My wife. If I went to every game that I should be going, my wife would be divorcing me by now. I'll tell you. I think Carabao Cup games is a bridge too far for my wife. I think sometimes you think, she might want her husband back, and she, the family might want their dad back as well. They might think, because you imagine it. I don't allow myself to participate in family holidays during the football season. So can you imagine it? They want to go a nice little hot holiday to Spain or Greece or Sardinia. I said, well, any time in August, I'm sorry, I can't do it because it's an Arsenal game, so they've got to put up with a lot. So a Carabao Cup game, I'm sure
you can sacrifice
them a miss.
Yeah, on that bombshell, make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972. We'll be back again on Monday on the podcast. We're out. Matty next, then I'm on a live with Northside, then I'm jumping on Northside's channel straight after. We're out, peeps. Laters.